as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, today we're doing another one sheet wonder. So, this is my prototype, and this is basically the same thing. It's the show and tell one. Okay, so this is nice, easy, simple, but also effective little journal folio. So, we have two pockets on the front here. So there's various different ways that you can make this, but I will show you one of them. You can kind of adapt it as you go. So there's two pockets on the front here. Okay, you've got a pocket here, so what we've got one that's 2, 3, 4. We've got a pocket here, 5, 6, 7, 8 pockets, and then we've got a tuck on the back. So that's what we're going to make today. So this is I haven't really come up with an idea for its name yet. So whatever the title card is what I'm going to call it. So what you're going to need, a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and then we are going to cut this down. So we're going to cut this down. So it doesn't matter. You know, you're thinking about orientation, so I don't think my paper has a particular orientation. But if you have, you're going to be cutting a piece off the top because it's 12 inches wide, but it's 7 inches high. Okay, so you're cutting this down to 7. So whichever you think the orientation of the paper is, cut the top of it off or the bottom of it, doesn't matter. So we're going to cut that bit off. Okay. And then we're going to put that to one side because that's going to form of all of our various innards, etc. And then we're going to take this and we're going to pop this on a scoreboard like so. Okay, so I'm going to put it face down. Sorry, just trying to move things out of the way. So, as you can tell, it folds into itself, but if you notice, it's kind of a little short here and it's a little short here, and that's just so that these flaps don't get in the way of each other. So what you're going to do is you're going to score at 4 for your first one. So you're going to score 4, yeah, and then the next one you're going to score just 1/8 of an inch wider than 4. So the next line would be 8, so you're going to go 8 1/4, and that means that this panel just ends up being a little bit shorter so that when it folds in it doesn't get in the way of this one folding over. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just going to put those fold lines in. Okay, so next thing to do is we're now going to cut it so that we're going to cut from this edge. It doesn't matter how far down you go. So let's just show you on these. They're both similar actually. So in fact, I think they're both the same. So I dropped this down by 2 inches. That's correct. That's what I did. So you can do it steeper, shallower, whatever. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a line 2 inches down, 2 inches down. So it can be on the outside or the inside, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put it on the inside because I've got it this way up. So we're coming 2 inches down. Oh no, my inches are on the wrong side of my ruler, so yours won't be. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut from that 2 inch mark up to the fold. So the fold line is here. I'm just going to put a pen mark there. You don't need to do that, but I'm just going to put it so that you can see it and I can see it. Oh, there's something stuck to my mat. Get rid of that. So we're going to cut from that corner, which is here, yeah, to that mark that we've just made. So you can either do that with a pair of scissors, just aiming from this bit and aiming towards the corner, or you can use a scalpel like I'm going to do, scalpel blade. Dave, don't try and cut the ruler. Okay, cool. You are going to keep this because it forms one of the inner pockets. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this to create our next mark. Okay, so all we're going to do is flip it over. You don't need to measure then this way. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put a line just at the base of that on the crease on the fold on this side, on the left hand side. Yeah, you're just going to put a mark at the bottom of there, and then you can actually use that as your guide to mark where it comes down to. So it's going to come down to there. Okay, so other than that, what you would do is, if you didn't use that piece, you would measure 2 inches down on this fold and 4 inches down on this side. So, and then what you're going to do is you're going to join those together. So I'm going to use a scalpel just up to the fold. Just make sure you don't go too far. And then you want to cut this piece off. Again, you're going to keep this because it's going to form another pocket. And that, there you have your outer fold. So that's what we have. So cool. So next thing to do is just to round some corners. Okay, so if it's a square corner, then you can use a corner rounder and it will fit in nicely. Okay, this corner here can be rounded by putting it into folding it over and clipping it. But if you notice on mine, I chose to keep mine. Now that might ruin somebody's day if you left it like this. You can round it, it's fine, but what you do have to take into account, and I left it intact on this one so I could show you, so I'll show you on this one, is when you do this and you open this out, you'll end up with this shape in that corner. Now if you can't cope with that, then I would leave it intact. Okay, so then you can go down and you can then round these corners. You won't get those into your corner rounder though, so you're just going to have to do that freehand, and you're literally just going to round off that corner. Okay, I'm going to do the same on that corner. Now you can choose to leave it on, that's entirely up to you, that's fine. And I also didn't, if you notice here, didn't round the bottom corners either, but if you want to, you certainly can. So now what we've got is everything you put on the inside. If you've got reversible card, then I would then, like I've done here, just use the alternate side, so you've got that contrast. Obviously when you come to this bit, you're not going to have the contrast in the same way, but what we're going to do is this piece that you cut off from this side is going to come over to this side, and it's going to be this internal pocket. I'll keep this open so you can see what we're talking about. This pocket here, so this is this basically, and all I've done is I've cut it down. Okay, so all I've done is come in, decide how big you want this pocket. So I'm going to have it so that we've got about, what's that, about half an inch, quarter of an inch. It's about a quarter of an inch, isn't it? Yeah, about a quarter of an inch around. Again, just a mark, and you can either do it freehand, which I might regret, like that, and then that's going to be your pocket inside. And again, I'm going to round the corners, so I just round the bottom corners this time. And because I'm denoting it's a pocket, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a divot out, wrong divot. So everything you've cut off will now become pockets, tucks, etc. There we go. So that's going to go on the inside there. So So I'm going to ink it before I do it because I just like that effect, but you do you. And if you don't like the effect, then don't do it. So that's the answer. So because we're making it into a pocket, sorry, at the moment where I couldn't line the glue, because we're making it into a pocket, we're going to go down around the straight edges. Take that off that very edge, and we're going to stick that inside there. Okay, then we're going to make the pocket over on this side, okay, which is, as you can see, well, it's not exactly that one. Actually, which one was it? Sorry, is it that one? It is that one. Apologies, it's that one. See, even I can get it wrong. I know, it's impossible. Dave, you can't possibly be getting it wrong. Yep, I am. So, I'm going to pop this on here, decide what how much space I want. So obviously you can go closer to the edges. You can make it full width if you wanted to, or you can go narrower, or you could actually cut it into two and have two narrow ones next to each other. But that makes it entirely your decision. Again, because it's a pocket, we're going for a divot. And this time we're having it this way round because it's going on the front. So it's going on the front, so we're having it this way round. If it was this way round, it just kind of blends in a bit much, so for me anyway. And then a bit of inking as we go. A bit of rounding off the corners. Is that the one I'm using? I cannot remember. Yes, it is. And then on there, which not so easy to round that corner. Okay. And this is more of a just a two-sided, more of a tuck than it is a pocket. I'm going to stick that on. Not yet. Yes, we are. I'm going to stick it on here. Sorry. We are going to stick it on here. We're just going to stick it a little bit further up because you can see we're going to put another pocket on. So I'm trying to do the pockets as we go. So there you go. So they're the two bits of waste that you've already cut off. Then you're going to take this piece, okay, and you're going to cut this down into your inner pockets. So as you can see, we've got one here which is taller than this paper. And how does that happen? And it's actually because that piece ends about here and this one is over glued just slightly lower. Well, that one's glued over and then there's another one glued lower than that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this, so it'll be glued like this, the next piece will be lower down and the next piece will be lower down than that, and it just covers up that very base and it makes it look like it's the full length. Okay, so again we're just going to decide how wide we want this pocket. I'm going to go for about there. I'm going to use a cutter this time because I get a nice straight edge that way. Pop that on my cutting board. So if you want a measurement, okay, your measurement for width wise of pockets, you're really aiming for about 3 1/4. So that way then it'll give you a nice border either side. But that's entirely up to you. If you want that measurement, then that's fine. So we'll actually do that now. So 3 1/4. Okay, take that off. So we've got these two pieces here. One is going to be, we're going to cut this down again, a 2-inch difference, a 2-inch step. So when we put it on here, it's going to sit further up like this, but we're still going to have an angle at the top. So we're just going to measure 2 inches down on this side. And that way then it just keeps your angles the same. If you're doing the same measurement, you're just going to keep your angles the same. because then we're going to use this. Put that off. Okay, and then that is going to form, oh, sorry, wrong thing. It's going to form your other one that sits over there. So, again, we're just going to chomp the very corner of that off. So it kind of mirrors that shape. Take that corner off as well. And we're going to cut that off. Basically, all the bits that you cut off that are waste aren't waste. They're actually just other parts of this. Again, just because again this is more of a tuck, so it's just the two sides. If you want to flip it, you will. If you are flipping it, you just have to bear in mind that if you flip it, you can have it be sat two different ways. And if you are going to do that, I would suggest that you get that divot so that they sit nicely together, curve. But I'm not. I'm choosing it to have it this way around. There we go. Then we're going to take this one. Again, we're just going to take that. Sorry, I'll do it freehand. I'm going to do it with this. I'll take the bottom off. I know you're not going to see it. Oh no, you're not going to see it, so you don't have to do it. Sorry, forgot what I'm doing. It's because my brain's all like at the moment. Just ink that off. Don't need to ink it all the way down because you're not really going to see it. Just enough that we can see. So this one is going to be glued all the way round. Like that. And we're going to sit that higher up, not fire up, higher up. Like that. I'm going to take this piece, okay, and then we're going to cut this off with the same angle again, but just shallower. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to go 3 inches down on one side, and an inch down on the other. Join those together. I think there and there. Yeah. You cut those off, and then you've got one slightly shallower one. So one's going to sit here, and the other one is going to flip. Actually, you're going to flip. No, we're going to leave that way. Sorry, I'm going to flip this one, and that's going to sit here. So that's what I mean by you have it. It's kind of a waterfall effect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom of this off into a curve. I'm going to cut the divots out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the two together to do the divots at the same time. And then we're going to ink this. I'm going to ink this one all the way around because you're going to see this one. I'm just going to ink the top bit that you're going to see on this one. Okay, so that's going to sit up there like that. So we're going to glue that down. So I didn't round the corners of this one because you're not going to see it. Unlike that one, I know I made a mistake on that, but we're all entitled to make a mistake. Pop that on there. And then this, oh, I've just realised I've inked the wrong side of that one. The best inking I did, and it's the wrong side. In fact, I'm just going to not worry about the colour this time. Just going to pick up some colour. There we go, that's better. A bit more ink on there. All around the sides, and then we're going to glue on the three sides, because this goes the other way. So it's a bit like what I would call a helter-skelter. So that's where it, or a waterfall. So it comes down like that. So if it's a little bit tall one side, you can just cut that bottom edge off. You can cut yours straight, but it's clearly beyond my ability to do that. Ink that edge again. I'm just going to pop that on there. So that's that one. And then we're going to do this side, which again is another 3 1/4. That will form your back bit. This is now going to form this pocket and this pocket. So on here, what we want to do is we want to measure. Oh no, it's the outside one. We're going to go on this outside one, and again we want it to sit like this. So this one, it measures, sorry, this side measures 3 3/4. So we're going to come 3 3/4 up from the bottom here, put a mark there. This time we're going to do 3 3/4 again on this side. Just a little mark, and then what we want to do is we want to be 2 inches down from that mark. There. So then what we're going to do now is going to join this mark to the lower of the two marks. Otherwise, if it was the higher one, it'd just be a straight line. Join those two together. Okay, again, you can just put those two together to make a divot. And then what you've got is you've got one for the outside here. Oh, actually, it's the wrong way round, but never mind. Got one from the outside here. We'll put it that way around, actually. And then we've got one for the inside here. Okay, so you can do it the other way around. You can absolutely do it that way, but I've been doing them so that the diagonal is on the same diagonal, but I've just cut this the wrong way around for that. So I'm just going to do it the same, not contrasting. But if we ink the edge, you'll be able to see it anyway. Oh, you have to round your corners, Dave. There's no point inking the bit you're going to cut off. Cool, and then we're just going to glue around here. Stick that onto there. Same with this one, we want to round the corners. Ink it. And then glue it on. Just round those corners, glue it to the inside. And you can take a bit longer and care about getting these all sat in the right places, the right same distance for everything, but you know, that's for you to do. And then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to round the corners off here, all 4 of them. I'm going to just put a bit of ink on it. Can't really see the ink on this one, but just so that the white edges aren't showing. and then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the very top, across that top line where the curve is, across the bottom line where the curve is, and then we're going to stick that on the back. Like that. And then you can do the other inking on the rest of it. Now it's complete. Try to bend up what you've just glued down, Dave. You could of course glue round the bottom edges. I think I said that before, but just in case I didn't, but you could if you wanted to. I chose not to, but just because I didn't doesn't mean to say you don't have to. You can of course change it up. You can have the diagonal of these pockets on the opposite diagonal to the flap that it's on. And there you go. So you've got a nice little pocketed folio, just something another little bit different that can just sit inside a folio of your a journal of your choice, and you've got something nice to stick lots of things. Now I know that I didn't completely use all of the pieces, but that is all that's left, so I think you should be able to forgive me for not using it all. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, haven't come up with an idea for its name, so the thumbnail will tell you what I've called it. It might not be the best or most creative thumbnail in the world though, so there you go. That's it. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Dash of Dave. I can't remember what number that is. It's number 46. I've just had a quick look. So that's the 46th one sheet wonder I've done. Can you believe you can do 46 different things out of one sheet? Well, you'd better believe it, because I've got another 6 things over here that will take us up to 52. So you'll have one for every week of the year. So if you want to see my other ones, they're all should be in the playlist that will come at the end. There'll be a playlist title card, and you click on that at the end of the screen when the video finishes, and it will take you to the other ones that I've made. So there you go, 46. So join me next time for the 47th one to be created. Alright then folks, don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. But what you can do is you can give me a reason to like you and love you. So give me a thumbs up, share this, comment, don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. Take a look at my latest Ko-fi releases. I've just released 2 it's currently two kits. There might be more though, because I'm filming this in advance. So yeah, and then there's a free digital kit on there. You can support me on Etsy, because that helps me build and create more stuff, build my channel, create more stuff. And I will see you all in another video when hopefully I will have engaged brain and put my teeth in. So anyway folks, take care, love you all, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.